Well, good afternoon.
All right, to get us started with Lewis, we'll go to Anthony Dasher and Seth Emerson.
Hey, Lewis, good to see you today. How much did the defense need the off week to kind of, I guess, get yourself back on the right track after they lost to Alabama?
Um, the bye week for one was kind of unexpected, but I feel like we adjusted well to that. We used the bye week to really get better, per se, not really much rest too much, but focus on our skills, the little ones, the little things we can get better. We didn't really scheme on anyone for one for bye week. You don't really do much scheming for anyone because you're not playing anyone, but we focused on getting the guys reps, um, focus on our skills really.
Lewis, what when a defense like you all faces an offense like y'all saw at Alabama, LSU last year, what can you all do? Like what better can you all do, or is it just that offenses are ahead of defenses right now?
I wouldn't say that for sure. Offenses are ahead of defenses. I mean, you're gonna win some and you're gonna lose some. I mean, it's part of the game, I feel. But mistakes were made on our part, and they capitalized on it and made more plays. The thing to be said is, we're gonna correct. We corrected, and God willing, we play them again.
Chip Towers and Jake Rowe.
Yeah, Lewis, just talking about the defensive breakdown specifically, the explosives in Alabama, let's face it, I mean, you guys played them really well straight up, except for a few explosive plays. I know you as a member of the secondary and a safety in particular, that is the big, the biggest thing. So I just wonder what did you guys learn? Obviously Alabama has some incredible wide receivers, but what did you come away with thinking, yeah, we can be better at that, and this is why?
I feel that, Alabama has a lot of great weapons on offense, but for us as a whole, like as a secondary, as a defense, we just got to play our assignments right and stay composed when things aren't going well or how they should, per se. And of course, next time we play a caliber team like Bama or Bama, per se, play to our standard and, not allow certain plays to go by and, capitalize on opportunities, really.
Lewis, kind of back to that offense question and how much do you think that the offenses are benefiting from, guys like you, guys like Richard, having that, thought in their head that when a guy comes over the middle, there's a certain way you've got to, strike a guy, or you're going to get a targeting penalty. Do you think that targeting and those things, while making the game safer, has also maybe allowed offenses to maybe work a little bit more freely, knowing that you guys kind of have to temper your enthusiasm a little bit, and you can't really play, a kind of a head hunting game of football anymore?
I would say for one, I feel like the safety measures they got there are good in a way, and I don't feel that any way or form. It's just trying to keep everyone protected, per se. And I feel like if I was an offensive player, I wouldn't want anyone trying to whack me in my head or anything like that, because there's repercussions to that could hurt me, that could hurt them. But I feel like, for one, our coach's stress of playing clean. They coach playing clean, hitting the strike area, not hitting with the crown of our helmets. I feel like our coaches we work on that, we practice on that. So when it comes in games, we don't try to do the wrong things or tackle the wrong ways.
Dean Legge, then Mark Weiser.
Lewis, Kirby earlier today said something about out fundamentaling everybody else. That's my word, not his. How do you during practices, how do you manage to do that without kind of getting bored? I mean, you're talking about several practices a week, doing the same thing, repetition, et cetera. How do you make sure y'all are still interested by Thursday?
I don't feel like we can get bored with the fundamentals of football. The only reason I say that is because during the season, I feel like a lot of technique, a lot of fundamentals are kind of kicked out the curb, because then it's only scheming, and I feel like because we focus on our fundamentals this week, everyone got better, and is gonna be shown in upcoming games where it's those little things and those little skills or those little fundamentals that come up big for us. So you can never really get bored of that.
Lewis, how would you describe kind of the mindset of the defense after the number of explosive plays you guys gave up in terms of, this week in practice or heading into Kentucky? Are you guys angry? Are you wanting to show that you guys are still, perhaps the best defense in the country? Like, what's the vibe?
Angry? No. I would say, of course, we want to go out and week by week show out and make plays and show the world what we can offer and what we have as a team. We're not really per se angry or any way or form, but we're just getting ready, getting prepared the best way we can.
Next, we'll go to Mike Griffith and Brandon Sudge.
Lewis, I know that every football team has a next man up mentality, but how different was Jalen Waddle from other receivers you faced in the country?
Come again?
I said I know a lot of teams have a next man up mentality, but how different was Alabama's Jalen Waddle from other receivers you'd seen this season?
Jalen Waddle is of course explosive, makes a lot of great plays, quick receiver, gets open. He's very talented for a player, say that for sure. And we're obviously going to meet different receivers out in the season from every school per se. So I got to say.
Hey, Lewis. So in terms of Jake Camarda, in the job that he's done as the punter here over the first half. Can you kind of tell me like where you see his confidence and kind of like his unique personality, I guess, away from the field that kind of leads him to have his success?
Oh yeah, Jake's full of confidence, full of juice. On the field, he shows that he's confident because of preparation and what he's doing in practices. I mean, what do you have to fear and what do you have to be afraid of when you kick and you do what he's doing every day in practice? So when games come, he's very relaxed, very calm, and he just does it freely. So, I'm happy and, enjoy that he got that swag in the games. But off the field, he's of course a humble kid. He loves to golf. He loves his word, the word of God. So, he's very, very cool guy off the field also.
Is there anything like in the hours, like before the game, like if y'all are in the locker room or warming up, where you're able to see that he's comfortable? Does he?
You don't really see much fear in Camarda, and I feel like that's really a guy you can go to war with and go to get tough games with and know he's gonna come through, because you don't really show much fear or much worry. So that's really something you'll have.
We have time for two more very quick questions from Palmer Toms and Connor Riley.
Yeah, Lewis, obviously you've talked about Alabama and potentially playing them again several times. How confident, coming out of the bye week, how confident is this team that y'all can run the table and potentially get that rematch?
Kirby stresses the fact that, we control our destiny, and I believe that. And, from here on out, we're going to we've been getting everyone's best. And, of course, everyone's going to get our best. But we have a goal ahead of us, and, we're going to work towards that goal. And every day in and day out, we're going to keep progressing until, we get to our goal.
Hey, Lewis, does the Alabama performance and the performance you guys had in that game, does that sort of stick with you, or do you sort of just put that sort of away as you move on through the schedule?
The points, you said?
Just how you guys played in that game, and knowing that, you're not going to face offenses as talented as them going forward, but you still sort of have that experience in the back of your mind.
Of course, that's in the back of our mind. I mean, that's why we want to play them again, and we want to get to that place of playing them again, of course. But you know, we'll say that yeah, it's a very bitter taste, very bitter taste. But here on out, we're gonna play as hard as we can, play every team as hard as we can.
Thank you, Lewis. Have a great rest of your Monday.
We do.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah.